Right. So we're going to talk about burnout because it's my best friend right now. Don't really advocate for it. I'm in two camps on this, and I will go into my views on it. But I want to make sure that you guys don't get there, like when we can avoid it. And sometimes we can avoid it. Sometimes I think we make a choice not to. But it's more about understanding when it's coming so that you can start to make different decisions. But before we do, we've got loads of fucking shout outs today. Loads. Like honestly, it was like bow 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 bow, which is amazing for a December as well. So first of all, we got Lauren. Sometimes I'm like, is there more than one? I think there's one Lauren, I think. Anyway, Lauren Reed, she joined us in May. She was a size 14. She has dropped two dress sizes now. Looks phenomenal. Like unrecognizable is how that girl looks, which is incredible. We've also got Ali, who has lost her first stone, as has I've written. This is really funny. I wrote them all down earlier, and then in the middle of them, I've written the program changes that I need to develop over this week. So I'm like, can't even read my own writing. So Ali's first stone gone, and then I need to do Gemma's program, but we've also got Natalie as well. So Natalie first stone gone as well. So congratulations, ladies. That is amazing. Leanne, 20 kilograms gone. That's not a fucking small amount. And another one with more than 20 kilograms was, who was it? Who was it? Katie, which was phenomenal. Like again, like we've seen these seriously big numbers over the weekend, which was incredible. But we've also, let me just make sure that's all of those pieces. Yeah. Karen, who sent me her first pull up this morning, pronated grip as well. So the hardest out of the three, which is pretty fucking impressive. And then we've also got the other Lauren. We do have two Laurens. I'm talking out my ass. I'm very tired. Lauren has been promoted, which again, sensational because we always want you to be achieving at your best, your highest capacity, your best version of yourself. And seeing all of these milestones and what it actually translates to with things like promotions is just amazing. When you actually believe in yourself to your highest capability, I'm a genuine believer that life starts happening to you better. You start attracting greater things into your sphere. So that's obviously, yeah, that's amazing. So well done, Lauren. So burnout. Now, I'm pretty burnt out right now. I'm well aware of this. November is, I'll be honest, it's the greatest month for fitness coaches as long as you do it properly. But for Strong Her, it's always our most successful month throughout the entire calendar year, which seems odd, doesn't it? Because if you think about that, you kind of go, that feels odd. You'd feel like it would be January typically, wouldn't you? But it's not, weirdly, it's November. And I go hard. I'm well aware I take on too much, I do too much, I overcommit, and every year I end up making myself like a little bit poorly, a little bit run down. I'll pick up every infection known to man, which is great, especially when you don't have children. It's like, that's amazing. But I do make a conscious choice to go in on November. I make that choice because it is a successful month, and then I can make the choice as a business owner to say, you know what, okay, I'll give everything I've got to November. I will work stupidly long hours. I will compromise myself, but December I will pull back. And then I will just coach you guys. I will pretty much shut off any new women. We will not do any free challenges. We will not do anything over and above the requirements of what you women need inside of the program. And that will be it. Like I'm hardly posting on social media. I need not to do that. I should still do that. But I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I've run out of steam, and it is what it is. And we're going to Berlin on Friday, and even part of me is going, oh, fuck. I don't even know that I'm going to be well enough to really see that trip through, but I booked it. It's happening. I thought, oh, this will be a great, like, calm down thing, like self-care. No, I'm probably going to come down even more tired, but it is what it is. So I think you know burnout's coming. I think you can often stare it in the face and you can recognize the clues. You know that you are working longer hours. You know that I think often your productivity does come down the closer you're getting to burnout, the less you seem to be able to do actually, and you start to think, oh, okay, I'm now like my brain is juggling so many plates. You start to drop balls and you start to do things where you go, oh fuck, I wouldn't have done that 2, 3 weeks ago. Like it's catching me. You also notice it with high achievers, men and women, and there's quite a lot of studies done on this where you can avoid burnout for a really long period of time and it catches up with you the second you slow down. So there will be a proportion of you guys that get really sick over Christmas because you've slowed down and you've actually shut your laptops and you've actually closed for the holidays, and that's the point where it will catch up to you. It's usually a massive sign of a high achiever, which again, it kind of comes with the territory. But it's because when we run and fire on so many cylinders and we don't slow down and we just keep going on that hamster wheel, your immune system almost can't slow down. You're moving too quickly for it to catch you. And then the moment you do slow down, and you'll also find it with high achievers when they go on holiday, they often get sick as well. So Abu Dhabi was front loaded and back loaded for me getting really sick. So it's like, yay. But this is it, that it does happen. And again, it's frustrating, and we have to be able to kind of look at the signs before they actually happen. And I'd love to sit here and say I'm great at not doing it, but I would be lying. I am very driven by success. I am very driven as a person to go, I want this to be the best program it can possibly be. I want to attract the most amazing women into this program that I can possibly attract. I want to be like this incredible thing. And I'm also financially very driven. And I make no apologies for this. Do you know what I mean? I genuinely don't. I think like we've all got bills to pay. That is the way it is. I don't love paying as much tax as I do, but someone's got to, haven't they? But this is it. It's like those are my personal goals as a human. Like I do set very tangible goals and I do want to meet them. And you guys, a lot of you will be in a very similar position where you think that is who I am. I'm okay with it within reason, but there are some things that we can do to go, right, okay, can I catch it before it happens? And can I not necessarily slow down? Like, I would never want anybody in this program to go, you know what, I'll become less successful. I'll become less good at achieving what I want to achieve. I don't think it's about that. I think it's about finding levels to go, right, just pull back a little bit in certain areas. But you'll notice it when you're suddenly going, I can't really make all of my gym sessions or my training sessions. I'm not meeting them at the minute. I'm, like I say, juggling lots of things, but I'm starting to drop balls. I'm taking on everything. We're all women inside of this program. A lot of you guys will, I mean, a lot of you guys will be the breadwinner for your households quite easily, but a lot of you guys are also mums. And you will also take on the role of like the mothership inside of your family home. And you will also try and run that ship potentially without maybe leaning on as much support as what you should be. Some of you guys as well, you'll fall into the trap that I do. It's a constant debate in our household. Well, you work from home, so you can do this. I can't do it because I'm not working from home, but you can do the housework, Ash, because you work from home. How the fuck does that mean that? Like I'm literally working from home. It doesn't mean, okay, I get it with the laundry. You can put laundry on while you do other shit. I get that. But then you've still got to, I don't know, in the summer, put the laundry on the line. You've still then got to get it in. You've still then got to divvy it up between all the places in the household it goes. It adds up, doesn't it, right? Oh, you can do all the dog walks because you work from home. Yeah, I do. And admittedly, I won't miss the dog walks because that does contribute to my productivity, my health, my fitness. And I do leave all tech at home when I go on a dog walk. You will never get hold of me on a dog walk. It is exceptionally rare. And that's one of my things that I do put in place. And it really pisses Thomas off because he doesn't think that's safe. And I don't care. I care for my sanity. And if my phone is on me, I'm going to be on it. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to be looking at things. I'm going to be replying to messages. I'm going to be doing things that actually I would rather my brain have a little bit of a break and take in the outdoors and not think about work, not think about that. So that's something that you guys could potentially do. It's really funny. I've been observing the younger generation on the dog walks actually recently, and because we have to walk earlier and then I'll start work again when I get back because it's so dark. So I've got to get the boys out while kids are all out. And they're all glued to their phone. They're literally walking down the pavement like this, and we're coming up, and they don't even look up. They don't even see you coming to kind of go, oh, am I in the way, or do I need to steer myself, or oh my God, I could be a fucking giant monster for all they know. And they haven't even looked up from their screen. And I think it's really sad. And I think it's something that as parents, we do need to try and kind of encourage a little bit of cellular downtime. I think it's wild to see. And I'm not a parent. I don't even begin to relate to probably how difficult that is. But I just think, God, you're walking. You don't need to be on your phone. It can wait. And Thomas, even like he's 5 years younger than me, he is glued to his damn phone. And I'm like, God, even that 5 years difference between like just it gets it out all the time on a dog walk. And I'm like, is it really that important to now Google something? No, fucking leave it and let's just have a conversation like two adult people. I think technology sometimes not that good for mental health, not that good for burnout. You do need to separate yourself from it. But as with your mum hat, I think if you're not a single parent, and there are a couple of you in the household, this is something I regularly hear that I get mum guilt if I'm the one that doesn't do X, like potentially put the children to bed or something like that. And I can imagine that is a thing, but sometimes I think if you need a little bit of a breather and you have somebody else inside of the household that could do that, I think that's where you can lean on each other to kind of go, right, okay, I'll do bath time, you do bedtime, or whatever it might look like. Another thing is, I think some of you guys are, and again, I am aware that I'm not a parent, I'm not dictating or anything, but I think some of you guys are like, you've got younger children who are going to sleep at like 9 p.m., 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. And I'm thinking, like, what about your time? What about your time as not just a mum? That's not your entire personality. It's not all that you are as a woman. You're also entitled to some downtime, some time where you chill out, where you get to have whatever routine that you actually want to have, or you might want to spend time with your partner as a couple. Do you know what I mean? To keep your relationship strong and in a great place. So I think really trying to bring that bedtime routine forward and be quite strict with it again, I think would serve some of you guys to actually give you a little bit of respite of an evening. I think outsourcing activities, like we used to have a cleaner, she sacked us. Bitch. I don't know. She ended up saying we were too far away in the end. So Thomas has been trying, bless him, so hard to find a new cleaner. And I was like, I think you're going to have to give up. This time of year is not the one. No one's going to take on more work at this time of the year. But outsourcing things, like if you know, as an example, like this obviously works really, really well if you're a freelancer, self-employed, or business owner, whatever it might be. It might not translate as well for employed if you can't increase your hours somehow. But if your hourly rate, let's say, I don't know, and I'm just making this up, is 25 quid, 30 quid, 50 quid, whatever it might be an hour, whatever you're earning, if your cleaner is less than that, then your productivity is worth more for you not to do that role. That is worth outsourcing that position to somebody. And again, you're paying your cleaner a fair rate for what they're doing for the area that they're in. Do you know what I mean? That they'll be happy with that amount. But if your productivity, if you can make more money doing something else elsewhere, then that's something where you go, okay, do I need to be the one to do that? Possibly not. Again, it might be harder if you're in more of a typical 9 to 5, but that looking at activities where your productivity could go towards something that serves you better is definitely a consideration. And I know some of you guys are business owners. I know some of you guys work for yourselves. And I know some of you guys, even in employment, are on a lot more money than that. So you can start to think, okay, do I literally need to fucking do everything all of the time, or actually could some of these activities, it depends. You might love cleaning. I fucking hate it. I can't think of anything worse. Like, I honestly should get paid to clean because I don't like it. I'm like, it's not something I take any enjoyment in doing, literally zero. So I'd happily outsource that every day of the week. But dog walking, some people outsource. I would never. That's something I do take a huge amount of joy in. So I would never outsource that. So yeah, again, you can pick and choose. Like I don't do an online shop, but I know a lot of you guys do. That's another thing. If you know, I'm going to be so busy, I'm turning into a snacky Sally. I'm really starting to notice that I'm just fridge hopping because I'm feeling really under pressure with whatever deadlines. I'm reaching burnout. My nutrition is starting to take a slide. This is where not going into the supermarket when you're ravenous is possibly a good idea. And actually doing an online shop to one, save you a little bit of time, probably also save you a lot of money as well, because if you're more strategic about what you're actually putting on your plate, and what you can often do, a lot of us are creatures of habit, you will make similar dishes most of the week. So other than just bringing in a few different products like loo roll or whatever you might need when you need it, then you can kind of stick to a very similar order every week. Again, it saves you a boatload of time. So it's about getting quite clever. But then I also think there are big ticket slow down moments like holidays, like Christmas for a lot of you guys. You might even get the entire kind of 2 week stretch off. That might feel like a big ticket slow down moment. But I also don't think we should wait for big ticket slow down moments. I think it's also about going, right, okay, I can do a little bit of self care, just a small amount. And that might be booking a 40-minute massage. It might be going to get your nails done or going to get your hair done, or do you know what I mean? Things that maybe don't take as long. It might be having a bath once a week where you shut the door and you go, right, I'm going to have a bath and I'm just going to literally sit here and do nothing but stew and become a prune by the end of my bathtub. It's these kind of things. Even I forgot to do it. I meant to do it. I've got those under eye patches that you put in the fridge. Like, that's our latest self-care thing that we've introduced. I meant to come on this Zoom with those as like, yes, we are self-caring guys, and I forgot. Like I say, do as I say, not as I do. But those kind of things and one of the things I do like to do of an evening is my skincare. I got one of those one of the what are they called, a jade roller, where it's really really ice cold on your skin. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. You'll find me rollering my face for like 5 minutes because I just think it feels sensational. And that's a moment that I just take to myself going, oh, it feels like bliss. Do you know what I mean? And I just feel nice when I've done my skincare of an evening. So it's those little moments that they're not, it's nothing special. The gym or your training, if you're training from home, some of you guys love to run. When we're reaching burnout, these are going to be the kind of things that start to slide. And actually, they are incredible for your mental health. They are incredible for your physical health. These are the things that you do not want to let slide when we're feeling up against it, and in those moments of going, oh my God, it's too much, or I can't squeeze it in, and this is where I would strongly advise diarising it and trying not to mix and match when you go to the gym every single week. I think there have to be times where you say, no, I'm selfish. I'm being selfish. These are my slots, and you might have to communicate this with your household as parents or whatever to go, right, this is my time to shine. Do you know what I mean? Even if it's just 2 sessions and one is a little bit like swaying with the wind, as long as we're trying to get it in. But I do think you got to diarize that, and it will make you feel better. Like, it's really fucking hard to not feel better once you've had a training session. Like really difficult. And the same goes for steps as well. Like what that does to your endorphins is crazy. But also, what it does is it keeps you feeling like you are ticking boxes. So when you're doing your daily check-ins, if you're thinking, cross, I didn't have my water today, cross, I did not get my steps in today, cross, I didn't get a workout in, cross, I didn't see the sunlight today, you're going to start to feel like, oh God, oh my God, like, and then your mountain feels enormous, and we just want to catch it before we allow that slide to happen. But equally, like I say, I think occasionally, I think we are going to hit burnout. We are human beings, and sometimes you might think it's worth it. Like Katie inside of this program, I think I spoke about her a few weeks ago, where she works with clients in America and they're working some serious hours. Like it's come to an end now. And she went to Barbados on holiday. Obviously, again, that big ticket self-care item. Um, but leading up to that, and she was like, look, I get paid really fucking well for what I do. She's like, I take it on the chin at these times of the year because I really like the bank balance and it is what it is. And I accept that do you know what I mean? I might only be sleeping for 5 hours. It is impacting my ability to be able to stay on plan with nutrition. She still hit her workouts. She still got that side of it in. It was just the snacking that came out because the lack of sleep is going to cause you to snack. So again, that kind of comes back to younger children. We want to kind of get them sleeping as well as we can because that is going to serve you. Same for perimenopause. This is also why we want to try and get through the perimenopausal symptoms, the night sweats, the kind of irritable sleep. We kind of want to be able to get through that phase so that we can get you feeling good again. And then it's going to make your hormones a little bit more regulated. So those are the kind of things. But think big ticket items a few times of the year, but then think small ticket items. I don't have to wait until next week in order to do something. Like we're going to Berlin, kind of bigger ticket item, but there is maybe I did go and get my nails done last week, and I could tell it was really funny. Everyone around me was so happy, like like the Vietnamese like people, and everyone comes in and they're really chatty, and I was sitting there thinking, why the fuck is everyone so happy? I am so irritable. I am so tired, and everyone's sitting here having a great time, and I just want everyone to hurry the fuck up so I can go home. And I was like, this is crazy. And I was like, yeah, you need to check yourself sometimes and think, I am the problem. It's not all of these lovely, wonderful humans around me. Sometimes you just need to realize, no, but that's it. That was like yeah, getting your nails done. Do you know what I mean? The smaller ticket items. Um, what are the other things? Just reading again, reading, just taking the time to sit in the corner of your house and just read a book. It could be watching your favorite Netflix show. Or it could be like, I don't know if it's that like calming, but like the Diddy thing on Netflix. You might think I really want to watch that documentary or whatever it is. Or we've been watching that Celebrity Jungle show. That was really good. Do you know what I mean? We really got into that, way behind, but we finally caught up today. So it's like that kind of thing where you go, right, yeah, now we know what's going on. So that might be a moment where you go, as a family, we're going to sit down and we're going to watch the jungle. And it's that just taking a moment, isn't it, to just wind down. But it's a really scary statistic. The Jay Shetty talks about this all the time, actually, that the highest quality time that most couples have with each other is sat watching the TV at the end of the day. That's like their best, like as a integral couple self-care moment. That's all they will do. Most couples, that's literally all they would do. And again, I do implore you, if that's what you do in your relationship, you need to find other things to get engaged with and find that time with your loved ones, because they can help fill your cup up as well, and you can help fill their cup up if you find other things to do that are not just sat in front of that box every single night. I think It's not necessarily a cup filler. From time to time, yes, but that shouldn't be the best quality time that you spend with your other half, for those of you that have got another half. Right, let's have a look. What are we saying, legends? I try to go for a massage once a month now as I find it relaxing and it gets the knots out of my back. I concur, although I often do forget to go once a month. I usually, again, don't do this. I wait to the point where my back is crippled and I'm thinking, oh my God, the knots are so bad. Like doing what Gemma does is better, definitely, by actually going, right, I'm going to come once a month. Um, Also, finding going to the gym, walking, journaling. Journaling is a great one. And obviously, you're drawing, huge positive impact on me if I keep these things regularly. It does slip. However, I do try to prioritize things wherever I can. And we are human, okay? There are going to be times where things slip or you think, oh God, I've forgotten to do this. And I really said I was going to do that. One of the things Thomas and I decided for like a self-care couple thing, I think a lot of you guys will have seen it on my stories when we went to a comedy show of, I don't know, a month ago or so. But we decided as our New Year's resolution, I actually don't really watch much TV, so that we don't spend that time together. That's not how we like do anything together. But we decided that we would do a date night just once a month, every single month for the entirety of 2025, and we have stuck to it every single month. So even if we're on a holiday or something, we went off and we did something as a date together. Like Berlin is our anniversary, so we actually don't know when we got together, but that's the date we got engaged last year, so we just said we'd celebrate that. So that it's just doing one thing a month, not overcommitting. Like he's a business owner, I'm a business owner. We can't do a date night a week like that. It would be completely unrealistic for us, probably for a lot of you guys as well. But once a month is that self-care to go, right, we're going to do something. We're going to go to a comedy club and we're going to laugh our tits off. And it was really good fun. It's something different. Or we're going to go and see The Greatest Showman in London and took the train down to do that. Or like, or we might just go to a restaurant. We might, or we might go and play paddle. Like, it doesn't have to be food related. It could be literally anything you want it to be. So it's those kind of things. You can have it with a friend as well, like where you go, right, okay, I enjoy seeing my friends. It fills my cup. Do that. Do you know what I mean? Find the time and fit it in. I had 13 days out of the gym and went back yesterday. It was hard to get back, but once I was there, it was fine. And now I'm back on track. And this is it. This is it. When, like I say, it's really hard to have a bad gym session. You don't usually come out feeling like, oh God, that was the worst thing ever. Occasionally, you might really feel that way. And the rule of thumb is to go for 10 minutes. Go for 10 minutes, and if you're still not feeling it after 10 minutes, then absolutely leave. But otherwise, just give it a shot. Just go, walk through the door, and 9 times out of 10, you will feel a lot better. Exactly as Kaz is saying. I feel weird that you say, I never call you Kaz, but I'm like, no, it's Caroline. But then, I don't know, maybe that's too formal. Have I got some new books on my worktop? My worktop? What can you see? I don't think there's, but I think they're candles that you're looking at, mate. Oh no, they're not. They're advent calendars. So I was really upset by this. So Thomas's mum bought him is it Lint? Is that what it's called? Lindor or Lint, or is that the same thing? I don't know. Whatever, that company, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. And then Thomas bought the dogs 2 advent calendars, and I was like, I'm the only one in this house with no advent calendar. I don't even like advent calendars. So Thomas went to Morrison's and he got me another version of his, like a lint or whatever it's called. I think it cost like £16. And then he went in on like the 2nd of December and he was like, it's fucking £2.50 now, Ash. Fucking £2.50 for the same fucking thing. So yeah, he was fuming. So no, they are advent calendars, but I am reading. Although, admittedly, I haven't had the brain space to read at the moment. I'm still on that, but that's as far as I've got since I told you it had arrived, Karen, which was weeks ago. And I was so excited for it to arrive, and I've barely picked it up. So I do need to. I haven't got the brain space at the minute. Um, this has spoken to me this week. I've felt meh. It could be incoming Mandy. This is it. If you've been kind of pulling a little bit too hard, and I think as well, there's so much pressure on parents to create the perfect Christmas. I think especially if you've got younger children, it's probably not so much if they've grown up, but it like the elf on the shelf thing and being like, oh my God, like this parent did that, this parent did that, and it's wild. It's like parents trying to out-parent is just fucking crazy. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to. Like children have got the most incredible imaginations. Like allow them to live them. Do you know what I mean? Allow them to see the magic in everything because that's what the beauty of being a child is. They don't know what I don't know, Jodie up the road is doing with like fucking Archibald and whatever. Like they don't know that. So like, do you know what I mean? Just live for the moment and try not to get too overwhelmed with it. But some of you guys have also got jobs that really ramp up at this time of year as well. I know the accountants, I think you guys are working tenfold. Had a great time with that the other week. I did my corporation tax. And then straight away, within minutes of that fucking thing being completed and me paying it, they sent their bill through. That was amazing. I was like, oh, great. And then 24 hours after that, they were like, now your VAT bill is due. And I was like, fuck off. Do you guys ever sleep? Leave me the fuck alone. I've had enough of paying out everything. Like, good God. So, yeah, I know accountants are working hard at this time of the year, and I wish they fucking wouldn't, but they are. Like, if you're in care homes, any kind of situation where you're caring for other people, teachers, yeah, again, you're probably like winding up to kind of come back down again. Yeah, there's a lot that kind of carries at this point. I've got a massage tomorrow and I can't wait. It's well overdue. Yes. Anyone that lifts, I swear you will get back knots. It's amazing. It's horrible when they work them out, actually. It hurts, but it's great when you actually feel relief afterwards. We do a date night once a month and we alternatively choose what to do as a surprise. Yeah, so do we. That's exactly how we do it. One of us takes control every other month, which again makes your life a little bit easier because you're only in control every other month. So yeah, absolutely. I think everyone should do that. And I know when I put that on my stories, a lot of you guys were like, that's such a good idea. I didn't come up with it, Thomas did. I could take zero credit. Concerts, particularly McFly, fill up my cup. Mine too, Emma. I think I might have counted that as a date night, you know. I think the McFly Busted tour that Emma went to as well. I think I did count that as a date night. I'm sure Thomas was thrilled. Bryan Adams tomorrow night. That will be insane. I love that. So this is it. Like concerts, another way to just kind of make you feel like young again. Do you know what I mean? Get you back into the feels of when you used to listen to that music is amazing. Felt really low the last few days. So I've been smashing out the steps. And you have to get, at this time of the year, we have to get some like daylight into your sphere, like as much as you can. Like, and I know it is so depressing waking up in the morning, going to the gym or doing whatever you're doing, going to work and it's pitch black, coming home and it's also pitch black. I feel like we've had a lot of rain as well, and I find that my mood dramatically drops when we experience a huge amount of rainfall days and you don't get to see the sun. And like our house is designed for the sun. Like all of this, when like south facing sun comes in, it just makes you feel better about doing anything. Dog walks as well, all of that. So when the weather's shitty, like cold and frosty, great. It's amazing, isn't it? Wrapping up, putting your gloves on, hat on, but not rain. I feel like I've washed the dogs' coats. They must have about 14 dog coats, and I can't even get through them fast enough before they're dry again to wear again. Like, again, it's just, ugh. So hopefully we start to see a bit less fucking rain. If anyone could put in a good word with the weather gods, that would be amazing. But I do think you've got to get some fresh air and try and get out in a point where you actually see some daylight and make an effort to do that, whether that's a lunch break or mid-afternoon, whether you work from home, you're in the office, I don't care. I think that has to be a daily requirement that you see some daylight and get some fresh air every single day. I almost wish like smoking breaks where I don't know if they still exist anymore, but where smokers in the corporate world got that break. Do you know what I mean? However, like everyone should be allowed that daylight break to just go and get some fresh air. Go and get some fresh air. Like it shouldn't be a smoker's break. It should be an everyone break that you're kind of instructed to do that, but that will never be a thing. They're not going to do that because they want you working, unfortunately. So, yeah. Right. Does anyone have any questions, any queries, any program, any form, any nutrition, any events, anything at all that you would like to go through while you have got me? No, amazing. Right. Well, you guys have an incredible week. Oh, just a couple of announcements. So, I think we need to leave our house at 11 a.m. on Friday. If you are a client of mine, I will be getting up early on Friday to try and get through as many check-ins as I can. Please be aware that if I can't get to it, then Kat will be the one doing it for this week. So just be aware that and it's only going to be a 1 week thing. It's only a temporary thing. Obviously, I really want a few days to just unwind and take off. And that's me putting my hat on, saying I'm having a bit of self-care for a few days. So I will still be respondable, I will still be around, but that is a decision I've made with some of the check-ins. Whatever I don't get done by 11, then I will, like I say, Coach Cat will do them and go through it that way. But I might be able to like get through what I get through, but I don't know. We're just gonna have to see. But I'm happy to get up really early to do it, but I don't want to kill myself. What I don't want is anyone getting a lower quality check-in just because I'm rushing. So I'm not prepared to do that. I'd rather Kat's been briefed on that, so that's absolutely fine. Thank you, legends. Well, I feel like there might have been another announcement, but I've forgotten, so there also might not have been. But I'll fill you all in anyway. You've all got the announcements page as well. So yeah, have an incredible week. 2.5 weeks until Christmas. Let's fucking just make this little bit of time happen as much as we can in that lead up to the big event. So yeah, have an amazing week and I will see you all very soon. Bye.